stand together and turn to page 233, Wonderful Grace of Jesus, 233, as we stand together. Wonderful grace of Jesus, greater than all my sin. How shall my tongue describe it? Where shall its praise begin? Taking away my burden, setting my spirit free, for the wonderful grace of Jesus reaches me. Wonderful the matchless grace of Jesus, deeper than the mighty rolling sea, higher than the mountain, sparkling like a fountain, all sufficient grace for even me. Broader than the scope of my transgression, sing it, greater far than all my sin and shame, my sin and shame. Oh, magnify the precious name of Jesus, praise his name. On the last, wonderful grace of Jesus, reaching the most defiled, by its transforming power, making him God's dear child, purchasing peace and heaven for all eternity, and the wonderful grace of Jesus reaches me. Wonderful the matchless grace of Jesus, deeper than the mighty rolling sea, higher than the mountain, sparkling like a fountain, all sufficient grace for even me. Broader than the scope of my transgression, sing it, greater far than all my sin and shame, my sin and shame. Oh, magnify the precious name of Jesus, praise his name. All right, remain standing for a word of prayer.
Dearly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this afternoon. We can be gathered as your people. And Lord, we want to bring before you Pastor and his family as they leave to go to Tennessee today and then on to Florida tomorrow. And I pray, Lord, that you would bless their trip and keep them safe. And pray, Lord, that you would keep their vehicle from all harm and that it would run well for them. And I pray, Lord, that you would bless the afternoon service now. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen. You may be seated. All right. I'm just going to go over some of the announcements this afternoon. And, of course, Pastor said it this morning. Probably the most important one is the time change next week. So since it's spring, we spring forward in time. So I think we lose an hour of sleep next week. So I was thinking about that earlier. It means I'm going to have an hour less of sleep before work. But yes, be here on time next week for our time change. And then, of course, today we had the camp meal, and then Pastor's leaving to go to Tennessee. And so really, we be praying for Pastor and his family as they're gone. But just to update, he said that Brother Al Walsh was preaching on Wednesday evening. And then next Sunday is Brother Rick Mitchell from First Baptist Church of Bridgeport. He's going to be here with us for both services next Sunday. And then remember, the next week, not the 17th, we're having midweek service, but on the 18th. So from Wednesday to Thursday. So let's not forget that. And as we're talking about Pastor leaving, going on this enrichment conference, it gives me an opportunity a little bit to share with you or give you an update on what we started last summer. If anybody remembers, last summer was his 10-year anniversary. Now remember, we had his 10th year anniversary celebration, and we had Brother Mawson come and share with us God's word and preach for us, for Pastor, and we had the special offering that we took. And I just wanted to give you an updated idea of where that's at for pastor's gift for that. We have currently $2,121 saved towards him and Liz for pastor to take his boys on a fishing trip, and then for Liz to take the girls out shopping. So, just keep praying about that. Think about that. It's still open. Our goal is to try to get them around 3,000, so we can get 2,000 for pastor to take the boys on a fishing trip, and about 1,000 for Liz to go out shopping and do whatever with Megan, and she'll have the younger ones. But so pray for that. Keep giving to it. I think at some point we'll probably have a business meeting here soon. Pastor hasn't nailed it down for sure when, but maybe we could talk more about it then, and maybe do another offering or something of that nature. But our goal is about 3,000. We've got 21. So continue to pray for that, and really that's doing well. But we need to be reminded to keep giving to that anytime you can. I know Dawn and the kids and we've been trying to keep up on that and give to whenever we can. So just remember that, and think about that and pray. Really pray for Pastor as he's gone this week. Yes? Yeah, you can put Pastor's gift. Okay, we can do that. And where's Mrs. D? She's in the office. She'll know that it's for Pastor's gift and that sort of thing. So, but anyway, I just wanted to bring up Pastor and his family. They do really a remarkable job in the dedication, the commitment here to this church, especially during this last year. It hasn't been easy. Some of the decisions that pastors had to face in regards to COVID and when to meet and when not to meet, and contact local officials and see and all this and guide us through this as a church. He's done a fabulous job, and it's not to say that he's some super human or anything, but he's done a great job, and he's our pastor. We should love him and pray for him each and every day. And this is just a small token of what we could do for him. And really, he's done a great job, and then also leading us through this roof thing and what the Lord's really led, and the Lord's blessed in all that's been done through him and his family. And I've got to say that I really do appreciate Pastor, and it just from my perspective, I probably have a bit of a different perspective, having grown up in a pastor's home, missionary's home, youth pastor, and that sort of thing. And so I see his family. And for him, it's not just him ministering here, it's his whole family. I've been to churches where it's just the pastor and his family's kind of a side thing, and it's not a good thing. But pastor has his whole family involved, and he's got them involved in such a way that they all love and care for this church, and they're all part of it willingly. It's not, pastors or dad's dragging us along for this. They love the Lord, and they love being here, and they're committed to us as a church. So anyway, I know for me, I pray for Pastor and his family every day. I pray that God puts his hand of protection around him and just continues to lead and guide him and his family, and then have him lead us as a church. And that's really important. So just continue to pray for him and pray for that. And at this time, we'll have the offering, and we'll have the men come forward. Brother Seth, could you lead us in prayer, please?
Big God, I want to thank you for how you provide for us, how you provide for our church, and I pray that you make this time of offering for people who need it.
Amen.
I'll remind everybody that that is not tax deductible, the gift that you give pastor, so just remember that. Let's turn to page 567, Till the Storm Passes by 567. You can remain seated as we sing. In the dark of the midnight have I oft hid my face, while the storms howl above me, and there's no hiding place. Mid the crash of the thunder, precious Lord, hear my cry. Sleep me safe till the storm passes by. Till the storm passes over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of thy hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by. Let's sing all three verses. Many times Satan whispered, there is no use to try, for there's no end of sorrow, there's no hope by and by. But I know thou art with me, and tomorrow arise, where the storms never darken the skies. Till the storm passes over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of thy hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by. When the long night has ended and the storms come no more, let me stand in thy presence on that bright, peaceful shore, in that land where the tempest never comes. Lord, may I dwell with thee when the storm passes by. Till the storm passes over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of thy hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by.
Right, if you'd open your Bibles, please, to 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Second Corinthians chapter 5, we're going to begin reading in 14 and 15. If you were here last week in Sunday school, we had a lesson out of 2 Corinthians 5, and we're going to touch a little bit on it today, but this is a little bit before what that lesson was on. So 2 Corinthians 5, 14 and 15 says, "For the love of Christ constraineth us, because we thus judge that if one died for all, then we're all dead, and that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again." We're going to be talking today about the love of Christ that constraineth us. And as we think about that, let's turn over to Acts chapter 2. Acts chapter 2, and we're going to read Acts chapter 2, 37 through 47. Pastor has preached over this the last couple weeks, And might I add, they've been some good sermons. What the Lord's given him is really, I believe, for this time, helpful to us as believers. Let's begin reading verse 37. Acts chapter 2, verse 37. Now, when they heard this, they were pricked in their heart, and said unto Peter and to the rest of the apostles, Men and brethren, what shall we do? Then Peter said unto them, Repent and be baptized, every one of you, in the name of Jesus Christ, for the remission of sins, and ye shall receive the gift of the Holy Ghost. For the promise is unto you and to your children, and to all that are far off, even as many as the Lord our God shall call. And with many other words did he testify and exhort, saying, Save yourselves from this untoward generation. Then they that gladly received his word were baptized, and the same day were added unto them about 3,000 souls. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking of bread and in prayers. And fear came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were done by the apostles. And all that believed were together, and had all things common, and sold their possessions and goods, and parted them to all men, as every man had need. And they continued daily with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart, praising God and having favor with all people. And the Lord added to the church daily such as should be saved. Now let's turn back to 2 Corinthians chapter 5, 20 and 21. Now then, we are ambassadors for Christ, as though God did beseech you by us. We pray you in Christ's stead, be ye reconciled to God. For he hath made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. As we look at this and think about these passages of Scripture, pastors preached out of Acts chapter 2 here recently, and again in chapter 3 today, and he's preaching here about the apostles and the work of the Holy Ghost that was being done through them. There was this amazing work of the Holy Spirit that was being done through the New Testament church there and its early beginnings. And Pastor talked about the apostles and how they were giving their lives completely over to the Holy Spirit. And in such a way that the Holy Spirit took over in that amazing way that people were being converted. Sinners were hearing the gospel and trusting Christ. And they were being discipled and added to the church. As we saw there at the end of verse 47 in Acts chapter 2, said that they were being added daily. It says, and the Lord added to the church daily such as should be saved. And as Pastor talked about that in these sermons, and he talked about how these sinners being converted and being discipled, and it was a daily occurrence for them, that he believed that's something that could happen here today, in this day and age. You know, we've just gone through this pandemic, and things are kind of in upheaval, and everything's kind of, you know, all kinds of beliefs and all kinds of things are being said, and it's kind of a confusing time for a lot of people. People need answers. And what they need is the answer of Jesus Christ and God. And Pastor believed that, yeah, this is something that if we were to take the gospel to people, they will trust Christ as their Savior. And they could be added to the church, and they could be discipled, just as in Acts. And as Pastor's been preaching on that last week, Brother Green, in the morning Sunday school hour, talked from the end of chapter 5 here about being ambassadors. And it was really an interesting Sunday school lesson called Salt and Light. And he talked about the ambassador, and he asked if we knew what an ambassador was. And then he explained to us what an ambassador was somebody that was appointed or chosen for that job to go like to another country. And they were to represent whoever appointed them or chose them. Say like the president would appoint an ambassador to another country. And that country then, they would go live there and represent the president in the U.S. over in that country. And that ambassador had special direct access, like to the president, to the person who chose them, to the one in the authority. And through that lesson, he shared with us that it's much like our relationship with Christ or with God. We were chosen by God, were we not? We're God's chosen people. And God chose us as his ambassadors. And so the job of us and the job of an ambassador is to go and represent that higher authority. And we are to represent God and his message of the gospel. And today, as we think about this, let's think in terms of what was going on in Acts. Okay? It was a time of change, a time of upheaval, and things were going on, and Christ had been crucified, and the apostles had just gone through all this, and now they gave themselves over, and God used the Holy Spirit and the ministry of the Holy Spirit in their hearts and lives to do an amazing work, and people were getting saved. And then God's command is that we're to go out, just like the apostles, and be ambassadors. And in the middle of all this here in Corinthians, there's these verses about the love of Christ that constraineth us. And today I want to just take a short little bit of time to look at that and how it applies to us and how we can have that ministry of being an ambassador and take the gospel to others. But what is our motivation for doing so? And I think we find our motivation here in verse 14. And so before we continue, let's pray and ask God to guide us in this message. Dearly Father, we thank you for your love for us and your care for us. And I pray, Lord, that as we just look at these verses here shortly, that you'll guide us in our thinking, that you'll work, and that we'll have hearts that are open to your message, and that we will learn your word, and that then we can take that and apply it to our hearts and apply it to us each and every day. I pray in Jesus' name. All right, let's read there again, verse 14. 2 Corinthians 5:14. For the love of Christ constraineth us, because we thus judge that if one died for all, then we're all dead. First thing I want to see about this is love, okay? That word love there, that's the agape word in Greek, okay? And that kind of love is like no other kind of love, okay? It's unconditional. That means that God loved us in the state that we were in. Romans 5:8, right? But God commendeth his love towards us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. It was the kind of love that said, you know what? No matter how much sin you have, no matter how much sin that makes you, in one sense, ugly, because it's black and it's nasty and it's dirty, no matter how much of that you have, God says, I love you in your condition, in your state. You know, when I think about this kind of love, it's the love that we're supposed to model in our relationships with each other. Especially, I think of the husband-wife relationship. We're supposed to love our wives, and our wives are supposed to love us. You know, my duty as a husband to love my wife and my family, my children, isn't based on how nice they are to me. Because if it was, I'd be doing an awful job. Because then it would go by my feelings and how nice I think they are to me. And that's not how it is. I'm supposed to love them no matter what. And guess what? My wife has a duty to love me. And if she based it on how I treated her all the time, I might not get a whole lot of love, you know? It might not be so good. And if we get into a battle with each other of, oh, well, you don't love me as much as you should, and you don't treat me as well as you should, and you go back and forth like this, what happens in a marriage relationship? It doesn't go well, does it? No, because then you're blaming each other for stuff, and then you're bickering and fighting all the time. That's not the kind of love that we should have. We should have the agape kind of love that Christ had for us. How much did God love us? He died for us. It's interesting. The other day I was talking to my son, Eli, and at one point in the conversation he said, "No one loves me." Because he's basing it off of this idea that they got to do nice things for him and do what he wants in order to feel loved. And I said, "Well, Mom and Dad, we love you." And he goes, I know you love me. And I said, just because your sisters and your brothers don't want to always play the games that you want to play doesn't mean they don't love you. And he's like, I know, but it feels like they don't love me. And I'm like, but they do. They love you. And then I was talking to him again, and he said, Dad, I love you. And I was like, yeah? How much do you love me? He's like, a lot. And I'm like, how much, though? Would you die for me? He's like, yeah, I would die for you. I'm like, really? You would die for me? He's like, yeah, I would. I'm like, I don't know. Are you sure? You're not scared to die? He says, no. And he trusted Christ as a Savior last summer, so he knows where he's going. So he says, no, I would die for you. And so he understands that even to death, he would be willing to die. That's how much he would love me or his mom, right? Yeah. And so it's the love of Christ. Now, is that love of Christ there? It says, for the love of Christ constraineth us. Is that my love for Christ, or is that Christ's love for me? I think here, really, it's referencing Christ's love for me. And if we want to look at that word, constraineth us, that word constraineth is from the Greek word sunuko, and the definition actually means to compel or force, to urge with irresistible power, or with a power sufficient to produce the effect. We think about that. To compel, to force, to urge with irresistible power, or with a power sufficient to produce the effect. That's what that word constraineth. And I'm like, well, how could we apply that? Or how is that applied to us and Christ's love for us? Christ's love for us is so powerful that it would reflect in our own hearts and lives in such a way that it would compel us to follow him, right? I heard a preacher one time just touch on this, and he said that he thinks of it in terms of a horse and its rider. Okay, what happens when a rider gets on a horse? How does he make the horse go? How does he make the horse go? Anybody? Kick it in the side, right? He kicks it in the side, right? Sometimes cowboys, they'll wear the spurs and they kick the horse in the side to really get it going, right? Is that enough to really hurt the horse? No, but it makes it go, right? You know, you put the bit in the mouth, you have the reins, and you can slap it on the side and kick it in the side, and it goes. And that makes that horse go. And you can kind of visualize or picture in your mind that whole idea. And to me, that's a beautiful picture of God's love for us. He saved us. He loves us. He cares for us. And that love that he has for us should be enough to kick us in the side to get us going for him. That's really what it's about. That is the motive that we should be driven by. It's not our love for him, because if it was based on our love for him, we would fail, wouldn't we? We don't love God the way we should. Does anybody love God the way we should? No, we fail every day. But it should be his love towards us, God's overpowering love in our hearts that he brought down to us that we can give out to people. It's his love down through us to other people. And that spurs us or motivates us to do what we are supposed to do. Think about where we were as Christians or as people says that if one died for all, then we're all dead. Were we not dead? How about the average person out there? They're dead in their sins, aren't they? We were dead in our sins too. But God's love changed that, did it not? And God's love, by Christ dying on the cross for us, changed us. And as we think about that, let that sink in. It says in verse 15, and that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again. Think about that. Since Christ died for us, what's it say we should do in verse 14? Live for ourselves? We shouldn't live for ourselves. We need to live for him. Not live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again. That is the motivation there. The love of Christ constraineth us, spurs us to live for him because he died for us. I think back to sometimes, you watch movies and you'll see some guy in a movie save somebody else. Okay? And then that person says, I owe you my life. Right? And in the rest of that movie then, that guy follows the other guy around saying, I'll do whatever you want because I owe you my life. And there's a commitment to doing whatever that guy wants because he owes him his life. Well, guess what? We owe Christ our lives, don't we? That same commitment is the commitment we should have to God. Not to live for our own selves. Our lives are no longer ours. They're God's. And we should live as if God saved us because he did. We are Christ. And then it says there in verse 16, wherefore henceforth know we no man after the flesh, yea, though we have known Christ after the flesh, yet now henceforth know we him no more. Verse 17, therefore, if any man be in Christ, who's that? Who's in Christ? All those that trusted Christ as their Savior, right? It says, therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. You mean we had an old life? Yeah. We operated under the old ways before. We were dead in sin. But Christ gave us a new life. We are new creatures. And his love now lives in our hearts. And we are to go forward from this time on as new creatures. It's the old way versus the new way. Are we going to live as if we were dead in sin? Or are we going to live as if we're new creatures? Completely loved by God and allow God's love to live through us so that we can see the reconciliation in our heart. Verse 18, and all things are of God, who hath reconciled us to himself by Jesus Christ, and hath given to us the ministry of reconciliation. So that's our ministry. That ministry of reconciliation there, God first reconciled us to himself. He bought us. He saved us. And now, as Christ has done that for us, we have a new goal. And that new goal is to see others reconciled also to God. And that says there at the end of verse 18, and hath given to us the ministry of reconciliation. That's our new goal. And as we continue to look forward, we'll see. We have a new ministry as believers. Did you know that ministry isn't just for pastor? That ministry isn't just for Sunday school teachers or deacons or youth pastors. That's the ministry of every believer. Every believer. We have a ministry. I've talked to people and they're like, oh, I'm not some great Christian and I could never be a pastor or a Sunday school teacher. I don't have a ministry. Yeah, every believer does. That ministry is to reconcile others to God. No, not by our power, but by his power through the gospel of Jesus Christ. He says in verse 19, to wit, that God was in Christ, reconciling the world unto himself, not imputing their trespasses unto them, and hath committed unto us the word of reconciliation. What's the word of reconciliation? It's the gospel message, isn't it? He says, I'm not counting their trespasses. I'm not counting your trespasses. You've trusted Christ as your Savior. He says, I want to reconcile the world to myself. And that's our ministry now. And it leads into verse 20. The results is our new objective. And that's to be ambassadors for Christ. And Brother Green touched on that in Sunday school. That's our job. Our job is to be ambassadors for Christ. Verses 20 and 21. Now then, we are ambassadors for Christ, as though God did beseech you by us. We pray you in Christ's stead, be ye reconciled to God. The apostles there, they were praying that they would be reconciled to God, that would happen in their hearts and lives, those that were there in Corinth. And in verse 21, he says, for he hath made him to be sin for us. Who's him? Who was made sin for us? Christ, right? Christ. Who knew no sin, means he didn't have sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. When you think about that, there's a little bit of something in there that kind of blows my mind. Maybe it won't blow your mind as much, but when we think of what Christ did on the cross for us, Christ died on the cross. When Christ died for us on the cross, he took on our sin. Did that make him a sinner? No. It didn't make him a sinner. But he took on our sin, right? Isn't that mind-blowing? He was not a sinner. Yet, he took our sin and to put it on his account as if it was him that did the sin. But he wasn't the sinner. We were. And it says that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. When God sees us, he sees Christ's righteousness, and that's what he sees. He doesn't see our sin. Christ took that sin from us. And so, as Christians, being made in that righteousness, the new objective or the new ministry that we have is to be ambassadors. And when we are ambassadors like we're supposed to be, and we take that love, the love of God in our hearts that comes from him, and we give it out to people as we walk through our daily lives, at work, at the grocery store, at the gas station, wherever it might be that you go. You just share the gospel, and you walk in the love that God gave us. We are ambassadors. We're representing Jesus Christ and God. And when we do that, what happens? Acts 2:47 happens, where it says that people or sinners are converted and they're added to the church daily, such as should be saved. That's what will happen. Acts 2:47 will happen in this church, as Pastor talked about. And there's been some great sermons. Even today, the sermon today on Acts 3. Whose power was it that Peter and John used? It wasn't their power. It was the name of Jesus Christ and God's power. That is what will get us to Acts 2:47, where people are added to the church daily, such as should be saved. And we can grow the church that way. That can happen right here in our church. That can happen right here in Clio. It can happen in the state of Michigan, in the country of the U.S., and in the whole world. And it talks about that in the Bible. That's the Great Commission. We're supposed to be motivated through God's love, constraining us, giving us a kick in the side, if you will, to go tell people about Jesus Christ and share the gospel message so that Acts 2:47 will happen here and now, today. And we can see revival in our church, in our cities, in our state, in our country, and in the whole entire world. In conclusion, we find that us as a church, we are to be seeing people converted to Christ. And they are to be discipled and added to the church, just as they were in Acts chapter 2. And as believers, we must use God's love to get us going. You know, oftentimes when I'm out there, I'll be honest, there's times I've lost compassion for people. I work with them every day, and sometimes I'm like, man, I don't like people. But that's because it's me. But if I look at it and look at them through God's eyes and through God's love, then that will spur me on to witness to them and share the gospel message. And that's how we accomplish that very thing. And so then we are to be ambassadors to take God's message of the gospel of Christ to those around us, so that we can see people added to the church daily, such as should be saved. No, not so we can have a church full of people. No, so that we can have people that have trusted Christ, so that they will also know the love of God and be in heaven as well. And that's what our goal and our objective should be, is to share that love and be ambassadors for God. Let's pray. Dearly Father, we thank you for this day as we have looked through this scripture and think about what happened there in Acts 2:47, those that were added daily to the church, such as should be saved. And Lord, we want to see that here. Not because we want to grow some great church, but because we want to see people saved for you, so that they won't spend an eternity in hell. And Lord, help us to use your love as that motivation, to spur us on, to give us a good kick in the side, to keep us going, so that we can have compassion on people and look at people through your eyes, so that we can love people the way you did, so that we can be ambassadors taking the gospel message to the world. Pray, Lord, that you would help us as we were challenged this morning to go out and tell others. I pray, Lord, that we would share the gospel this week with somebody, that they might trust Christ as their Savior, Lord. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, you are dismissed.